Shazam! Yeah, baby, your boy Jay Green doing it. So check it out. I just got to see a special screening of Shazam. I'm not talking about like it was a special premiere. They were just showing that shit about a week or so early. So your homie locked down them tickets. Just got up out of that movie theater, and I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I loved it. Shazam! All right, Green Screen Entertainment fans. Now, for those of y'all who have no idea who the character of Shazam is, it breaks down like this. You got Billy Batson. This dude lost his mom and his dad way back in the day. They was doing some knucklehead shit. Now he's in an orphanage, or a bunch of them, if you will, because his fool keeps running away. He don't know when to stay put. Anyways, he does have a good heart. He's got a great moral compass, if you will, and he's been given the opportunity to be the champion.
The champ is here! The champ is here!
He's got these all-powerful powers from this wizard, played by John Hansu, who did a great job as this wizard. And now, this is a guy who is so powerful, he's been legend to go toe-to-toe with Superman, the Man of Steel himself. Hot damn. All right, y'all. Now, this movie was directed by David F. Sandberg, the same cat that brought us movies like Lights Out and Annabelle Creation. So we definitely got a great amount of talent coming to the DC universe. Off the top, this movie was great. I thought the acting was on point. Zachary Levi, he plays a Shazam character, the main Shazam character. I did think that the outfit was a little cartoonish at first, but when you watch the movie and you let it play out, it really fits into the universe and the film as a whole. So I think that it's going to look still pretty tight if, hopefully, Shazam definitely plays with the big boys in the Justice League. Also, the kid Asher Angel that played Billy Batson, I thought he did a great job. I've never seen him in anything else but this, but he does great, so I'm sure he'll do great in further Shazam installments, let's hope. I thought that Jack Dylan Grazer, he's one of my new favorite child actors. I've only ever seen him in It, but in this, he does a phenomenal job as well. He's very captivating on screen, very entertaining, hella funny, great comedic chops, so I definitely like what he brought to the playing field in Shazam. Now, I thought for the main characters that the chemistry was off the charts. Remember, Billy Batson, he's a character who doesn't feel like he belongs anywhere. He doesn't feel loved by anyone. He feels like he's just a Mad Max type character, lone wolf. He's just going to run around all by himself. But when he gets into this foster care home, he acts a certain type of way around the kids, but all the kids have such a great chemistry amongst themselves, they end up just warming up to him, and then eventually, of course, he's gonna warm up to them. It feels like it just fits and it flows very naturally, and I like that about this film, because sometimes you have movies where people are supposed to be cool with each other, they're supposed to feel a certain type of way, and you either buy this, but you might not buy that. I thought that this movie melded it all together very, very well, so that definitely invested me into the story a lot more, and it had me pulling not just for Billy Batson's character, and not just for Freddy, his homie, his main dude, but everyone else in the household, and you need that for where this story is going to go. So big ups to David F. Sandberg for being able to pull that off, and big ups for all of the cast members that were able to pull that off. Now, usually in these superhero origin movies, you're going to see a villain in that first film that's very similar to the hero's powers and capabilities. Now, I'm not saying that Mark Strong's villain in this movie does not have the same powers as Shazam. He basically does. And I'm also not going to say that as you watch this movie, you couldn't predict who's going to be the villain or what their powers are going to be or how it's going to all play out. It's an origin story. But what I will say is this. I applaud them for bringing it to us in a different way. The way that they develop Mark Strong's villain, the way that they develop his drive, his motivation, his anger, his frustration with life, and the way that his life has been going all this time, I enjoyed watching that unfold on the big screen. So even while it may have been a little predictable, like, oh, okay, cool, I get it, this is probably what's going to happen, you're very entertained at the same time. Also, based on the way that they develop Billy Batson and what he's got going on and how he gets his powers and the ability to become Shazam and whatnot, and how they develop Mark Strong's character, you enjoy seeing how it all comes together in the end of the film. It's different than what you've seen before. It's a little bit more in-depth than what you've seen before, which, regardless if it's predictable or not, makes it more entertaining than what you've seen in other films. That's my personal opinion. Shazam! Now, there are so many elements to this film that I really enjoyed. One was the concept of big. Y'all remember that old school Tom Hanks film where he was a kid. He went to the little gypsy on the boardwalk, whatever like this. He wished to be big and he woke up a grown-ass man.
I'm a grown-ass man, dog.
there's elements of that in this film. Obviously, Shazam is a grown-ass man, Billy Batson's a kid, back and forth, back and forth. That was really fun to see. The other thing that I like about this movie was the way that they reference other superheroes that we've already seen in the DCEU. Wonder Woman, Batman, Aquaman, Superman. They're not referencing them in the fact of what we've seen in previous films they've done in Shazam's universe, some way, shape, or form, but they're referencing them in the fact that they're there. Now, I like that because that lets me know we might have an opportunity, if everything goes right, to see Shazam playing with the big boys. You feel me? So I'm digging that for real, for real. The other thing that I really enjoyed about this film was how meta it was. I love a movie that can poke fun at itself or its genre. This movie definitely pokes fun at the superhero genre, talking about a superhero's lair, what they gotta wear.
What are your superpowers?
Superpowers, dude? I don't even know how to pee in this thing.
How they should be doing what they do, if they can make money off of doing their little magic tricks and stuff like that. You know, all that stuff was very fun to see. It seemed very naturally to fit into the story and the characters of Freddy and Billy Batson. It made sense that if you were a superhero, but you're technically 14 in your head, you'd probably be doing this type of shit. So that was hella fun to watch. Now, on a whole nother tip, something that dawned on me as I was walking out of the theater, having such a great time with this film, loving the dark moments, loving the light moments, was that this might be the type of Superman film I've always wanted, but never realized I actually wanted. What I mean by that is this: there's no denying that Zack Snyder can put beautiful shit on screen. I am a big time Batman fan. Batman is the dark. Superman, or Shazam even, is the light. Certain characters in the universe have to be dark, certain characters need to be light. The problem with Zack Snyder and most of what he was doing was everyone was fucking dark. Now, while I don't mind a deeper, darker story, it is true. If you have an ensemble, a team, if you will, you need people with different levels, because if you don't have different levels, you have no real arc, you have no real place to go. What I've loved about Shazam as a whole, and the hope that this character can be involved in the DCEU, is that this and other characters can be the light to Batman or other characters' dark. We can get a true varying degree of energies in one cohesive film with one through line to battle one big fucking bad guy, and it will be so much fun, as Marvel has been so successful with. So that's what I was thinking about. I was like, fuck, this movie was really, really good. They had its dark moments for sure, its emotional moments, the points that pulled at your heartstrings. You got to see this film, but it also had those moments where you're laughing out loud with the whole audience, and that shit was great. At the end of the day, I want to give another big ups to David F. Sandberg for making a movie that is Superman-esque look realistic. When Shazam is doing these things, it looks like he's on Earth. It looks like he's in a real city, not a set, not a green screen background, none of that bullshit. It looks real, it looks great, it looks authentic. Super, super duper great. So it does not take you out of the film. You're invested in what you're seeing because you feel like you're in that world with them. So big ups to David F. Sandberg for doing that. Yo, I hope I gave you enough information about this film. I hope y'all want to check it out, see it for yourselves. If you like it, let me know in the comment section below. But while I have you here, like, subscribe, ya homie, I'm out. Shazam!